What would you have thought of this book if you were to find this as a child, maybe like 10 years old or 12?
It probably would have been the one book that would have set me on a path a lot sooner.
Yeah.
What it was that I actually could do, because I had a lot of interest. I had a lot of interest.
You think if you read this book back then, they would have greatly affected your life?
Oh, immensely. If I had that book, oh yeah. There's a saying that write the book that you wish you could have read.
Yeah.
And that's really what I did, because I probably read this book more than all the books I've ever read.
Wow. How many times do you think you've read this book in total?
Oh gosh, in 6 years.
Yeah.
Just about every day.
So probably a little bit over 2,000 times.
Yeah, at least.
And it's
Yeah,
still a good book every time you read it. So how entertaining the book
that's
is.
funny. Well, it was fun.
Yeah.
Because it was a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, imagine you take a dictionary and you cut up all the words in the dictionary and throw them out there on the floor.
Right.
And then you try and piece it together so
There's
that you
infinite
can.
ways to piece that.
Huh?
There's infinite ways you could piece that together.
Absolutely, there is. And see, once I was reading those sentences back to myself, it's just like, oh no, that word doesn't go there. I take it out,
Yeah.
put in another word, and there's all this corrections, almost like I was correcting somebody's paper, and it went on. Oh gosh, man, I could work on a paragraph for a week.
Wow.
I mean, it's just driving me nuts, because and so there was the sentence, the paragraph, the chapter.
You truly became obsessed with this creation.
Well, because it was me.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah, something people don't know that Quentin in the book is actually a
Yeah.
little bit about you.
Yeah.
You are the main character of the book.
I had to add a little realism to it in
Yeah.
order to give people the feel that the people in Greece and the people on Earth looked alike, and they had similar environments.
Right.
And so Quentin on Greece, he had a friend that was a bird that he fed, and he had a lot of plants that he looked after. I just thought that there's some realism in there. I couldn't describe a life on a planet that I know nothing about.
Well, I think the fact that their plants so similar to ours too just is what made Quentin so curious about us. Is because like, oh, they're the same as us, yet they don't act like us.
Yes.
Why do they have so many fighting? Why do they have so much language barrier? Why don't they understand each other?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he was just so curious about that, and I think a lot of what they came out was like, if people knew how to talk to each other and communicate effectively, a lot of the problems on this planet would just disappear.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way of summing things up. That when I was writing the book, I wasn't really thinking about solving the problem of the world. I was thinking more of just the idea that there are these tools, and there's one word that describes all these tools. And all these tools changed the world from prehistoric to what it is today. And the way it started was individuals looking at things and using those tools and putting them into pamphlet and book form.
Yeah.
And then there became schools. And so that's what changed the world. It was the participation of I would have to say, a few people, because I recently put a question on Google just to find out how many people have been on Earth since people, and it's something like 177 billion people.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's a lot of people, but there's only a few people out there of all these people that are on Earth, because now I guess it's about 8 billion people on Earth.
So.
There's just a few people out there that are actually creating things. Most of the other people are working for them.
Yeah. Experiencing it.
But all these people have this brain that is capable of creating things just like the people that they're working for.
Very true. You think it's possible for everyone to be a creator?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no doubt. I know. Yeah, we just have the amazing makeup to be able to create. We could make a place to live in the ocean, and there's already places to live in the ocean right now. I mean, they can dig underground and make habitats there.
Do you think the point of living is to create?
Absolutely. Yeah, see, I don't know how life began, and that part doesn't matter to me. But what does matter to me is being able to get up every morning and go have fun.
Yeah.
And we can do that. And we have these tools that have been proven to make magic. Because I'm telling you, if you just look at the tools, there's not much to them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a lot of. I mean, there's 26 letters in our alphabet, but the dictionary is like 200,000 words. So when you think about that, these tools they seem simple, but they're actually like magic. You can put these different things together and make something that you imagine physical or audible.
Yeah.
Or both.
Exactly. Yeah. And another thing about the book is, Quentin's parents were against him going to planet Earth. They didn't want us to be a bad influence on him, but he still persisted.
Yeah.
And I think that was another theme in the book, that if you have a strong inclination in your mind and your heart to go explore something, even if like a strong figure in your life, like your parents, says that's a bad idea, sometimes it's still good to consider that thought if it's that strong of a feeling and pursue it.
Yeah. I made a point to put in a book that he had waited a number of years.
Yeah. It is important to think about things, of course, yeah.
Because I didn't want to give the impression that
there's like some kind of rebel child.
Yeah, that you still have to follow some rules.
Yeah,
in life, and there are rules. It's just like even to using the tools. There's rules to using the tools.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't just put a bunch of letter B's together and expect that to mean something.
Right.
So yeah, there are rules, and if he had parents,
yeah,
he had to respect them.
Yeah, of course, but following your own intuition.
Yeah,
that's what I really took out of
He
that
never
scene.
gave up on the idea.
Yeah.
He just put it off and decided that he was going to, in the meantime, write down what he.
Yeah, because that can affect a lot of children. They have their own inspiration, but someone important in their life just says no without any reason of saying no.
Oh, gotcha.
And that could just throw off their, natural dedication to something because they got one no in their life.
Yeah, that could happen. I'd hate to think that would stop someone that is really passionate about a particular idea that they have that they want to pursue. That would be really tough. My own parents, they pretty much, there were certain things that they wanted me to do, such as go to church, but they allowed me to make up my own mind once I graduated from 6th grade.
Right.
Yeah, so there were some things that they figured were important that they had to show me. And so I had to put that respect factor in there, and the conversation between Quentin and his father and mother was very respectful.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really important as well. There's a lot of things that were in there, and that's why it was really tough with arranging the words.
Mm-hmm. What do you think that right age range for this book is?
It would have to be a mature 10, but I would say 12 up to college.
Yeah, I agree with that. Even I read the book, it was very entertaining, and I just really enjoyed that nice message. Like, just a really nice book to read, and it's kind of inspiring and just makes you, think good things.